Good morning, Pisces, and welcome to my channel. This is the Oracle of Zoraya Utranaya, and today I'll be doing a reading for you for the week of September the 9th to the 15th, 2024. We are going to be shuffling the cards today 8 times each, utilizing the numerology of the date September the 9th, 2024. So if you add up all those numbers, you get the number 8. So I'm just going to finish shuffling because I can't count and talk at the same time. So and there we go. So the first column we're going to be pulling is passing energies. We have the Knight of Pentacles, having planted some seeds. We have the King of Swords, getting very focused, perhaps seeking out advice about something, and having felt left out in the cold, caging yourself in, perhaps something didn't work out for you with respect to some seeds that you have planted, and that is why you've sought out some advice. Okay, I'm gonna get all of the cards and then we'll delve into them a little bit more individually. Okay, so the next column is going to be current energies. Okay, we have the Devil. All right, going through some major transformations and stepping into your true authentic self. We do have the lunar eclipse that is occurring on September the 17th or 18th, depending on where you are watching from. And this is, I believe, in Cancer. No, it's, I'm getting things confused with the Venus and Jupiter trine. So anyways, we do have a lunar eclipse. So perhaps there has been some introspection going on here. It is in Pisces. I think it's on the Pisces and Virgo axis, actually. Okay, so definitely a spiritual time right now. We can feel this lunar eclipse up to a month before and 6 months after. This past week for me has been really in like a hermit mode, having another spiritual transformation, having more deep dark nights of the soul type of thing, very introspective. So perhaps Pisces, considering this is in your sign, the moon is in your sign, that this is going to be quite transformative for you, and you are really looking into your shadow, doing some shadow work here with the Devil, and really wanting to stand out on your own here. Okay, we also have interesting imagery here with the King of Swords. I'll just delve into that briefly here. Okay, so perhaps doing some shadow work, and this is in the passing energy, and it's diagonal to the Devil card. Okay, so perhaps you have been seeing yourself from a different light because you have been going into your deeper realms, deeper shadow, and it has been affecting the way that you perceive things from a logical perspective. Okay, let's keep going so that I can get a little bit more insight to where we're going with all of this. Okay, we have the Devil, we have the Three of Swords. So something, yeah, definitely you've been feeling has not been going your way. Especially we have the Five of Pentacles here too, going from the Five of Pentacles and the passing energy to the Three of Swords up here in the current energies. So you are definitely feeling like something hasn't worked out. Okay, let's see the World. So you are at some sort of crescendo moment. Maybe you have been feeling stuck, caged in because of what society has been putting on you, what the world has been putting on you with the Devil and this Five of Pentacles card. You've been really integrating some of your shadow and seeing aspects of yourself that you haven't seen before, and this is giving you clarity. Okay, the Nine of Wands. You have been hurt, right? With the three. So we have the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Nine of Wands going up in this diagonal here. So you have been caged in, you've been feeling like you've been stifled, you've been feeling like that you have not been able to move forward, you've been feeling left out in the cold, perhaps even sabotaged, perhaps heartbroken. And then we have the Nine of Wands here, that is the wounded warrior, the wounded healer. Okay, and if you see here, she has all of these stab wounds in her chest, but they have been sewn up. They have been, she's in the process of healing. And if you see here, she's positioned herself in like a thicket of rose bushes, amongst the thorns, like, in order to create a healthy boundary so she doesn't get hurt again. This is very pertinent imagery I'm getting here. We'll get a little bit more information and then dive into these a little bit more. So you have been through a lot, Pisces. Where am I here? You have been through a lot, Pisces, and we got the Justice card after things are going to start leveling out a little bit more. I feel like you are healing. And I knew that was coming. The star is here. Yes. And so the star is healing. The star is hope. You are, with the Three of Swords, the message with the Three of Swords is, yes, you have been betrayed, you have been hurt in the past, but it is up to you, my dear Pisces, in order to remove those swords out of your heart, remove the arrows out of your own heart. No one else can heal for you, but you have been going through this, okay? And you have been seeing things from a different perspective, I see, and you are seeing now things from a more objective bird's eye view here with this Justice card. Okay, I'm going to show that to you right here. She's sitting on top of a building, and like with the King of Swords, okay, she has clarity now. See, this is like the laser-like focus and the laser-like clarity. She's able to see things from a more objective perspective, from a bird's eye view. So she's able to see the bigger picture, as you would say, and to see how kind of everything that you go through in life forges you into a stronger person, and you are not able to grow as people. Just, I know it sucks to hear, but you're not able to grow as people without any sort of struggle. I always utilize the analogy of the Lord of the Rings. I'm almost done the books now. I'm almost on the Return of the King. Frodo has already put the ring into the mountain in Mordor, and he's been not reintroduced. He's found Gandalf and everybody else again, and he's with the elves in Ithilien, or whatever it's called. So this is the story of the hero's journey, right? The story of the hero's journey. And here we have the World card, right? So this is the end of your one journey. You have approached the crescendo, and we go through many of these cycles in our lives, right? So we start off as the Fool, and each and every one of us, and the major arcana in the tarot signify different lessons we must go through. There are 21 cards in the major arcana before you go into the minor arcana, okay, which is like the playing card aspect of the tarot. Okay, so we start off as the Fool, we go into the High Priestess, we go into the Empress, we go into the Emperor, into the Hierophant, and we keep going through these lessons, and we are able to tap into different archetypes, okay, that help us along the way. And now you've hit the crescendo moment here. I feel like the World card here is indicating that you are approaching the end of a healing cycle, because we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine is also a card of, like I had mentioned, healing. You need to keep persevering and persisting through this. You have created healthy boundaries now, which is one of the key lessons that we learn through going through these lessons in life is the creation and the maintenance of these healthy boundaries that we must keep in order to protect ourselves. And so because of all of these hurts and hardships, right? these arrows in your heart, these swords in your heart, and feeling caged in and left out in the cold by your people, by your employers, by your loved ones, by society. You know, we're going through a big transformation. A lot of things that we thought were true were not. And we keep learning that everything we seem to have been taught is a lie. And we're, as a globe, as the world, we are going through a big transformation, and we are all elevating it. Not everyone, but we are all, a lot of us are elevating in consciousness, right? And so this is, you are creating these healthy boundaries, which is essential in your escalation of consciousness and in your spiritual journey. Okay. You need to hold yourself important, the most important, before you can't give from an empty cup as well. Okay. And saying no is one of the most important lessons that we can learn in life. Okay, so like that goes with the justice card as well. You're learning how to say no, you're learning how to be objective, and you're learning how to put yourself first. Okay, and that's not selfish. But like I said, and you're able, like I said, you're able to see things from the bird's eye perspective. So back to this analogy that I was kind of steered a little bit away from is Lord of the Rings, right? So we go through this journey. Now, Lord of the Rings is like 4 books long, right? And you know, the story is like a perfect example of the hero's journey through trials and tribulations, learning a lot about himself, right? So Frodo is a hobbit that lived in the Shire, never went outside the Shire, was quite sheltered in his experiences. He did have an uncle that had a lot of adventures and stuff, but he learned through vicariously through his stories. And lo and behold, his uncle bestowed upon him a huge burden that he had to carry that could have resulted in his death. And he had to bring this ring to and leave the Shire and go out into a dangerous and very often fun adventures, exposing himself to trials and tribulations and traumas that in the end led to his growth, spiritual growth, mental growth, maturity. And you don't get to see what you're capable of if you stay in your room for your whole life. You know what I mean? If you don't take risks, if you don't venture out into the world, you'll never get to see your full potential. And this is the story of Lord of the Rings, and this is the story of the Fool, and this is the story that each one of us go through. And this is what you are going through, my dear Pisces, is that you are approaching the end of a cycle, before you start a new cycle again. Okay. And you've learned a lot about others and about yourself and your boundaries, and you are healing, and the healing is approaching here. The star is about healing. The star is about hope. Okay. And Pluto, the planet of transformation, is also back in Capricorn right now, right? And so all around the world, we are going to be seeing doubling down of authoritarian control. But in November, Pluto is moving back. He's going to be going back into Aquarius, and it'll stay in Aquarius for the next 24 years or so, and won't return back to Capricorn for like 240 years. So this is a big transformation for everyone on the world level here. Okay, we have been feeling a lot of constriction, a lot of restriction, caged in, right? On a global scale, and perhaps even personally. Okay, as above, so below. But then perhaps your healing is going to come to a culmination point, and you're going to be able to move forward with more zest come November, when Pluto goes into Aquarius fully. Okay. I do think that with the devil here, that you were perhaps I don't normally get the devil vibes with people, but we do have the King of Swords here, and perhaps and the Knight of Pentacles. So it could have been someone here that was treacherous towards you. You see how this spider is making herself appear to be more attractive to lure you into her web here. So there could have been some toxic people here that you are healing from. And it's been a slow process here with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, Knight of Pentacles is the slowest person, the slowest knight in the whole deck. To get his seeds going, to get planted, to get going on whatever he's doing. And I think whatever you're doing here is healing. Okay, and it's been a slow process, but slowly but surely you are going to be seeing the fruits of your labor with respects to this healing, and everything is going to be leveling out a little bit more. All right, let's get some messages from the universe too here. We have the Eight of Swords, right? Self-imposed restrictions, self-imposed limitations, caging yourself in. We have like caging your inner beauty here in the beginning. And then the Eight of Swords here is actually showing you that you are the one that's in control over things. And a lot of the things that are stifling your movement forward is your own mental capacities and the way that you think about yourself, knowing that you can do it. The cage is open, but you need to be able to see it, that it's in your own control, that you can escape from this mental prison that has been created by others but maintained by yourself. Okay? You have the power within you, and I know you know it. You're very powerful, Pisces, right? And I think this eclipse, I know the eclipse is happening a couple days after this week is done here. But you're already feeling it. And I feel that this is going to be a very big cathartic release for you because it's in your sign. The moon's in your sign. The Hanged Man. Yes, you're seeing things from a different perspective. And that is right beside the Justice card and the Six of Pentacles. So, and which also has the scales of justice on it here. Okay, so let's look at that a little bit more. So like I was mentioning before with the Justice card here, we have here the scales, okay? And she's sitting on top of the building, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things more objectively. So I think this healing process here for you, Pisces, has really allowed you to see things from a bigger perspective, and you can see the growth that these traumas and challenges have bestowed upon to you. I know people don't like hearing that, but this is like the point of life, right? Is to the struggle that we go through. If we can see the diamond in the rough, is what really can help us move forward and elevate our consciousness even quicker, right? Because everyone will go through hardships, some more than others. But if we can see the silver lining in the lessons that we are having to go through, one, it allows us not to have to repeat them over and over again until we do see the lesson. So whenever something like that I don't like happens in my life that I consider to be negative or whatever, I try to see what it's trying to teach me. I try to do that as soon as possible because then I can get through it faster. And it doesn't bring your vibrational frequency down, right? When you can try to be, it's exhausting, of course, and and sometimes people, you can get sick of the lessons, right? But in the end, it makes you stronger, right? And makes you more resilient, and it makes you aware of how the world really is in this 3D realm, right? And then as soon as you can see that, you're able to elevate your consciousness, and then you can start manipulating reality. So you see, so these two were beside each other here, And this is just exemplifying the fact that you're seeing things from different perspectives. The Hangman is also a card that illustrates the god Odin, who hung himself on the world tree in order to gain knowledge from his ancestors and from the universe. He sacrificed himself to himself. So seeing how you can gain from these things that are happening to you that are going to be bestowing you more knowledge about yourself and the universe and how to manipulate the universe moving forward, because he is also a god of like that practices occult magic, and he obtained the runes from sacrificing his own eye in order to gain the knowledge of the runes, right? So you gain knowledge from seeing things from these different perspectives, and then you're able to create these healthier boundaries so that you can mitigate this happening to you moving forward, and you grow stronger, right? And then we see here as well the scales of justice. If you can see here, I don't know if you can see that, but the scales of justice are here, okay, on in this kettle. And this is the universe right here, this man. And so every time I see the justice card or the scales of justice, I'm always reminded of the goddess and concept Ma'at from the Egyptian pantheon. And she, along with the god Thoth, would weigh your heart up against a feather after you die to see if how you lived your life. If your heart was heavier than a feather, you would be devoured by some demon monster, and then you would cease to exist because you lived a life of malintention in your life. If your heart was lighter than a feather, that meant that you lived a life of pure intention, and that would determine the direction you would go in the afterlife. So, you see here how he's only pouring tea for one of these ladies. So he's determining who is worthy of these blessings or not. The Six of Pentacles is a card of blessings, but not everyone gets it. And I feel that because you've been doing a lot of healing, and you are not allowing these situations to get the best of you, you are allowing these situations that you have gone through, these hardships and these heartaches and traumas, trials and tribulations. You saw the gold, the diamond in the rough. You're taking what you can in order to better yourself, and you're moving forward. You're not internalizing things. You're not personalizing things. You are seeing everything from a different perspective. You're seeing the bigger picture as to how these things can serve you in the long run. And this is raising your vibrational frequency, and the universe is noticing these things, and it's going to be bestowing more blessings upon you. It's feeling that you are healing, and you're approaching, with this world card, you are approaching the end of a chapter. Okay, you need to just keep going and maintain your boundaries, and know that you are in control of how you react to everything, and how you can extrapolate the silver lining out of everything. Okay, and this is going to help you move forward. Really deep reading here. Okay, let's end off with not an animal oracle card, a Sufi wisdom oracle card. I'm just gonna do it 3 times here. Very deep reading, Pisces. It doesn't surprise me, considering this is the eclipse week, and it's happening in your sign. You are unique. Okay, so let's get into that here. Let me just find it here. Just bear with me, please. Last one. All right. Be yourself. Everyone is taken. The first step in being a Sufi is the breaking of the inkwell, the tearing up of books, and the forgetting of all kinds of knowledge. Everything in the universe has a certain way of being that determines its uniqueness. No one is created to imitate another. The deeper we reach into the well of our own soul, there's the well that Odin sacrifice his eye to, the well of Mimir, right? The deeper we reach into the well of our own soul, the more we can draw from it. The way an artist lands the brush on the canvas is their unique expression. If we copy everything from others, we miss the point of our individuality and the oneness of our divine self. Now, the devil can also be a card that signifies uniqueness and stepping into your own, which I did mention in the beginning. Dear one, be bold and explore what it means to live life on your terms. It sometimes requires you to go against what others expect of you, right? There's the devil again. Refuse to conform, create new ways of doing things, follow your own path, and set your own goals. Move to the beat of your own drum. There is a little benefit in being ordinary just to fit in. Let others know that you have come here to experience wonder and to spread joy. Beloved, you are an original, an individual, and a masterpiece. Your uniqueness comes from your imagination, your experience, and your feeling and consciousness. Experience more, imagine more, and feel more to elevate your conscious awareness. The most attractive people are those who are confident enough to be themselves. Accept that pain, anguish, and disapproval are all part of the experience. Wow, that is the whole theme of the reading. I'm going to read that again. Accept that pain, anguish, and disapproval are all part of the experience. Do not allow the opinion of others to diminish your vision of the future. The more you go through challenges, the stronger you become. Wow. When you can recognize your own capacities and limitations, you will be ready to make the most of every moment in your life. The mantra for you this week, my dear Pisces, is I'm here to live a unique, creative life and to be true to yourself. Wow. If this reading resonated for you, Pisces, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if that is something that you'd like to do. You can also hit that bell notification to let you know when I release new videos. And if you want a more holistic approach as to what is going on with your week, not only check out your sun sign, but also your moon, your rising, and your Venus. I am so grateful for you joining me here today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.